right, today we are at St. Edward's State Park. We're going to do a little hiking, hopefully get down to Lake Washington, and hopefully tell you a little about this place while we're here. It was once a Catholic training seminary for their priesthood. So we are on the parking lot side of the old seminary building. It's a pretty cool old building. This was built in 1931 and in use into the early 70s, I believe. The Catholic Archdiocese sold the property to the state of Washington, but they didn't have the money to upkeep this building. So it sat for 45 years until it was renovated and turned into a private lodge. There is a really cool bicycle station. If you don't have your Discover Pass, you can buy a daily pass here. And we're right in here, I believe. And we're gonna go down towards past the playground and get on this trail first to visit the Grotto. And then we're gonna go around to the lakefront and then cut back to our parking spot. Something like that, we'll see. There's some pretty cool looking playland. Totally different than is that a volcano? Yeah, totally different than most of the playgrounds that I have seen. There's an owl. So I made a wrong turn. The most difficult thing I think about these trails is that there's so many different trailheads in different spots. And at the trailhead, I don't think that they're marked quite as well as I would like. Here is the old orchard. Beautiful old trees. All right, we're starting off on the perimeter trail number 3. I think there's probably a way through on both the orchard loop and the perimeter trail to the Grotto trail. But there's no mention of it on any of those signs. So we're just gonna try this. Ooh, we found it. Grotto Trail, 0.4 miles, difficult. Grotto Trail to beach. And there's a Grotto heritage site as well. We'll check it out. Pretty woods, nice ravine here. All of this fabulous moss on all of these fabulous trees. Okay, so I just hiked down this 0.4 mile Grotto trail. On the map it looked like a semicircle that would lead us to the Grotto, but here we've reached a seminary trail which takes us back up, and this way is obviously the beach. So I'm not sure where the Grotto was, but it wasn't on the Grotto trail, even though that's where it's marked on the map. So we'll see if we can figure that out next, and we'll just enjoy the random adventure. Be nice, they even have a bathroom down here. State parks are pretty good for that sort of thing. And we're coming up on the shores of Lake Washington. Beautiful. I believe there's 3,000 feet of undeveloped coastline along here. Let's walk right down there and take a look. A lot of water birds out there. The sun's trying to come through. So I believe we are heading down the beach trail. So far there have been no signs for it, just that no bike sign. Can you see that line? I thought it was the murkiness from the recent flooding we've had, but I think it's just a shallow shelf here along the shoreline, because I can see the water is actually pretty clear there. There are no boat launches here, but there is a boat launch to the south of the state park. I suppose if you hiked your kayak down, you could launch it or paddleboard, but no drive-up access. There are some very sketchy steps going up this tree to an even sketchier looking rope swing. Very rooty trail, but very beautiful. Can see, but up this tree there are a bunch of sticks sticking over. That's probably an osprey nest. It's a big old cottonwood, I think, and it has a cave at the bottom. This trail would be really beautiful, especially in the spring and summer and even fall with all the foliage on these. Look, you can see the buds starting to come back already. Just came down to the beach and look, there's all sorts of little freshwater clamshells all over. Grotto's looking too. Cool. All right, here's where we leave this beautiful beach by Lake Washington, and we are heading up on the North Trail. Okay, this is really cool. Have you ever wondered what happens when the nurse stump rots out completely from under the roots of the tree that grew out of it? Here we have a little hemlock, and the stump is almost completely gone, but the tree roots that grew around it and through it are still chilling, like its little outline. Isn't that cool? Here's another angle of that. All right, I'm back to the parking lot. You can see the seminary through the trees over there. And that was the North Trail that I came back up on. Okay, so we started out parking over here, and we walked past the playground, and then I made a mistake, went this way for just a minute. Then I turned on the Grotto trail. I was trying to go here, but I never saw this turn right here. It just took me all the way down to the beach trail, which we went across, and then up the North Trail, and now we are back at the parking lot. So as I go through the parking lot, I'm going to try to kind of work my way through here and see if I can find this grotto. So in this section of the trail, there are some benches and a lot of native plants. There are a couple informational signs about native plants and restoration. And then you can see that there are some signage. Right now, everything looks like sticks, so I'm not going to look at too many, but there's quite a few marked. The sword fern right there looks kind of sad. They need a new one. It's really cool looking. I think when they restored it, they kept a lot of the art and old desks and things like that and tried to make it reflect its history. All right, so I'm back on the perimeter trail. I came up the North Trail and we checked out the seminary or the lodge. And I think I see where the grotto is, and I think I see why I missed it, because the trail, although it did look like there should have been a fork, ducks down below where the grotto is. I think the grotto is actually up on top of this hill rather than down in the curve of the trail. If you look at the maps, you can see why I probably thought that. Looks like they've had some branches down from the wind recently. Okay, this is what I'm heading for. I'm pretty sure this is the grotto. I'm not sure what the grotto is or what it was used for, so hopefully this sign up here will tell us that. I did read that it's a popular wedding site, so you can get a permit to use it for that. So the grotto was built by students and faculty just for a place for ritual worship and small gatherings. It was built in the 40s, made from concrete and river cobble. Love the moss. I'm 100% sure that it looks prettier today with this moss than it did when it was built. Little walkway on the way down. Altar. Ooh, I love the river cobble. All these little river stones. This is the view. I didn't read all of the rules, and it did say pets are prohibited down there, so oops. Sorry about that. Luna and Frodo got to visit, and they do have a pet post to hook your pet on so that you can go in without them. But I came in from the other direction. All right, that was really fun, even though we got rained on. The forest here is beautiful. These trails are beautiful. I definitely think people should come check them out. It's quite a trail network, and I think if they were a little better marked, that would be super helpful. But we did enjoy our hike through North Trail and Grotto Trail and a little bit of Perimeter Trail. It was a really interesting place to see. The seminary is huge, and I think it'd be kind of fun to see the inside, but the rooms are, I heard, in the 300s per night, and it's just more than I want to pay for checking it out and seeing what it's like to stay there here, since it's local as well. There's some beautiful open fields. There's picnic areas, that really nice playground for kids. And then the shoreline, right now, I imagine it's a lot higher than it normally would be because we have so much flooding going on. But when there isn't, I think there's probably more beach front for people to hang out on. Just a really beautiful place. I had no idea there was this much to it, and I'm really glad I visited. This is hike number 50. My goal, because I turned 50 this year, was to get in 50 hikes and 50 bike rides. So this was hike 50. I pushed it all the way to December 30th, and I need one more bike ride to hit that goal. So thanks for coming along on this journey, and I'm looking forward to a lot more content in 2023. Happy New Year.